Hi, I'm Siris. I was considering what living and being beyond a worldview even looks like. Like, really, what does that even look like? Like, what would that be like if we lived beyond a worldview, if we lived beyond definition? I have been spending the last couple days letting go of all of these definitions that I didn't even know I had, and all these different places in which I had put those definitions in my body. One big awareness I had in this 3-day body process class that I took with Helen Gitlovich was that I had bought a lot of points of views from other people about what gentleness meant and what strength meant in relation to gentleness. So I was like, oh, I'm a really strong person. I've dealt with a lot of stuff. And I realized that I was defining my strength based on all the stuff that I'd been able to put up with and deal with and process. And not realizing that strength is also a willingness to receive gentleness and be gentleness. So for some of the people in the class, including myself, we realized that when people were gentle toward us, we thought that it meant that they thought that we were weak. So we wouldn't be willing to receive that. Or we thought, oh, I'm going to take on more and more things, be it from other people or from my body. I'll have my body take on more and more stuff. And for all intents and purposes, almost abuse and torture our bodies in all these different ways, be it from eating things that weren't really great for our bodies, eating beyond when our bodies already were telling us that they were full, to having sex with people that weren't necessarily nurturing with our bodies, things like that, and that was almost like proving our strength. How much does that show up in your world? I'm wondering. Like, I'm still kind of blown away by it. And it's connected also with being beyond definition and being beyond a worldview. So I had defined myself as strong in this very particular way. And now that I was seeing how that was limiting me and how that was totally messing up some of the things that I had been choosing to have in my life and to be in my life, now I'm like, okay, well, that's interesting point of view that I had, and now what would I like to choose? You know? Being beyond a worldview is so many things to so many different people. I mean, there's so many different ways that can show up. Being willing to be uncomfortable, to have uncomfortable conversations, to, explore new things and be around new people that you might not have otherwise been exposed to or been around before with ease, and actually asking for that ease and being willing to receive that ease instead of assuming it'll be really challenging and really hard. I definitely experienced that recently where, okay, I chose to travel the world, but there was definitely certain countries that I assumed would be a lot more challenging for me to travel in than others. I'm not sure if that's something that is relevant to you. When I was going to go to Thailand, I have a pretty good affinity for languages, and yet I had very little exposure to Thai, and I don't speak Thai. Before going to Thailand, I didn't speak any Thai. And so I was concluding that, oh, it's going to be so hard to go there, but I'm going to do it because I'm strong, and I'm going to prove that I can do this and whatever. But there was a bit underlying excitement as well, like, because I love Thai food. I definitely had lots of experience with Thai food and was willing to have lots of that yumminess in my world. But I definitely, now on the other side of it, of being there, realized that I assumed that it was going to be really hard. And it was so lovely, and the people were so wonderful, and my time there was just super nurturing. The food, yes, was great. The weather was wonderful. This laid back ease. There's just so much sweetness there, and so much sweetness in the people that I met there, that I would love to have more of that. And so I was like, wow, well, what else have I done that with? Have I already decided that it's going to be really, really hard, and so I'm not going to choose it? Or I'm going to choose it, but begrudgingly, like, oh, okay, fine, maybe because I'm strong, because I'm a world traveler, because I need to do this for my business, or I need to do this for whatever reason, that we've already, that's all these interesting points of views around that. So what is living beyond a definition and living beyond a worldview look like for you? And what could it be like that we haven't even considered? It really is moving into this space of being in the question even more about all these different ways that we are navigating this world, that we are, how are we willing to navigate this world? And maybe there's some other ways that we could choose, some other tools that we could play with that would completely expand our world even more, that would completely let go of even more of these definitions and labels and limitations that we haven't even considered. So I invite you to play with us. John Wheeler and I are going to be facilitating Beyond a Worldview tomorrow at, I think it's 6 p.m. Central Time and 7 p.m. Eastern. We're going to talk about all these different tools that we've been using that we would love to share with you. And also, if you have any tools that have kind of helped you break away from these definitions and expanded your world, we would love to hear about them. It's a lot more fun to live beyond definition, and I keep finding all these new unexpected ways. It keeps showing up in all these new expected ways for definitions to kind of keep sliding right off and just melting away. What if it could be that easy? All right. Thank you so much. And even if we don't get to play together at the Zoominar, let me know what you think and what tools you're using that have expanded your worldview. Bye. Have a good day.